I go first?
You like doing it, Sophie?
Yeah, she loves it.
Yeah.
You love it.
She can do the splits.
Can you do the splits?
I can do the splits.
Yeah.
Will you do the splits?
I will do the splits for you if you want.
Yeah, definitely. Can you actually do the splits?
I've not. Yeah, I have. I've not.
Oh my God!
What are you doing? I'm sticking myself back in because they may not look big, these girls, but they have a tendency to upstage me every now and then.
You've got tape holding
like when
it
I
up.
was shaking hands with William Hague on the opening night of Thoroughly Modern Millie.
Go on.
I'm going, oh, hello, Conservative ex-leader. In the Star the next day, it's like, she's popped out to say her... That was a nice circle. Thanks.
I've taken this 6 gigs off. Interesting technique.
Do you think I should get them done?
No, we don't, Amanda.
You cannot be serious!
My horoscope challenge has led me to find a new fitness regime, and today that comes in the form of pole dancing, would you believe? And the lovely Emily here is going to teach me all about pole dancing.
So you're going to reach both hands up nice and high.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter which hand's on top. You can rise onto your toes to reach up even further. Okay, now I want you to press your body into the pole. Okay, if it's not, you're going to come swinging in, it's going to hurt.
Bang.
All right, yeah. So line yourself up, pull down the center of your body, reach up nice and high. What you're going to do is take the knees apart and touch your feet up towards your bottom. Okay, so knees apart, and you're just going to slide down to the floor.
So, like that.
Like that, yep, reach up, nice and close to the pole, good. You're going to take the knees apart and reach the feet up towards your bottom, slide it down, good!
So unelegant. Right, let me try again.
Okay, see if you can just go a little slower now.
How? How do I go slower?
Hold on tighter. That's it, good, that was better.
I mean, that's terrifying.
You're going to come back onto your bottom a little bit, so bottom on the top of your heels.
Yeah.
Use the pole to push yourself back onto your toes, okay?
Right.
You're going to do one hip circle.
Hilarious.
Knees together.
Yeah.
Then we've got a body roll, okay? Which is bottom out, straighten the legs.
Yeah.
Scoot the chest up.
Okay, okay.
So reach up nice and high. That's it.
It really hurts my hands, I just say. This is like not...
Yeah, you get good blisters.
Blimmin' hurts. Right.
Okay, so feet up. That's it.
That
Good.
was better.
Drop the bottom, cool.
Yeah.
Now use the pole to push yourself back and rise up onto your toes. Just like that. Good. Now while you're there, one hip circle. That's it. Knees together and bring it up. She's a natural. Going to take the feet off the floor again.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to step, right hand high, left hand at waist level.
Yeah.
Okay. Baby step towards the base of the pole. Turn and face the pole. Pick up the left foot, right foot, down with the left foot, right foot. So it's like scissors. You go up, up, down, down.
So, this leg and then this leg comes up.
Pick up. 1, 2, down.
It's just so elegant. It's like a baby elephant swinging around the pole.
No, it's not.
So can we put those 3 moves together?
Absolutely.
Right.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh. I love it though. I feel I've got a bit of a sweat going on. My arms, my thighs.
Yeah, you use everything, don't you?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're right,
Emily.
no problem.
This could be my new fitness
new
regime.
forte.
I'm going to get a pole in my house. I'm a natural pole dancer. What does that say?
Nice boy. So, aggro has been dispatched and the jungle is starting to feel very deserted indeed, which is good news for the people person, Sean, but it means the end is really in sight. The pressure is mounting and things are getting hairy, and I'm not just talking about aggro's head. Here on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here Now, we're digging through all of today's jungle action. Why did Kayla get so lippy? Who scoffed the McKeith Energy Bar? And what exactly is so wrong with X Factor? I love Jedward. If you have a view on today's goings-on, we want to hear it. Without your comments and calls, we are absolutely nothing here. And here's what you have to do. Coming up, a freshly fed and watered Linford will be joining us live in the studio while Jenny attempts to answer your questions from the confines of the Bush Telegraph. Plus, you won't want to miss our exclusive clips from the last 24 hours, including Sean fantasising about getting his hands on a chainsaw. And joining me to help steer us through today's celebrity minefield are three keen and clever contributors. Let's meet them. Bringing some glamour to the undergrowth. It's Melanie Blatt. How you doing, guys? There you go, Rusty. Okay, so there's no shortage of stuff to speculate about, but let's start in the obvious place with Agro's departure. Melanie.
I'm surprised he didn't go.
The thing about Agro is that I didn't really know who he was till he went into the jungle. However, I really liked him.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. No,
He grew on me.
No, but he was really...
Why don't you go out with him then if you love him so much? Cheers!
Maybe I will.
Go on then!
Fine.
Sorry, ma'am, if you're watching, I didn't mean you to say that.
Okay, moving on with the show. Now, do any of you know who this is? Come on, everybody! And he's such a lovely
looks a
man.
bit like
Way
that.
to go. It's break time now, but still to come, Camp Masseuse Linford will be joining us live for a chat about his jungle experience. Plus, our panel will be talking tension in camp. Being so close to the end, are the cracks beginning to appear? If you have something to say on the matter, feel free to let rip. We want to hear your take on the day's proceedings, so visit the website. Thanks, Rusty. Getting more sexual as the series goes on.
It's been a long month, Caroline. Just touch it. Just touch it.
That's all. Okay, now with 3 days to go until one campmate is crowned king or queen of the jungle, it seems that tensions may be rising in camp and the cracks are starting to appear. Agri said before he left, the smaller the group, the greater the friction. What do you think of the young versus old divide? And my producer has just told me as well that after Agro's departures, Kayla's feeling a bit upset that she's not the one to leave. I'm doing this right, aren't I? Yeah. And Dom has now turned around to Kayla and said, it's because you're being whiny that the public are keeping you in.
To see what he's doing.
Welcome to I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here Now, where we've been getting to grips with all the jungle hullabaloo from the last 24 hours. In a few minutes, Linford will be talking to us about the camp he left behind and what it's like to be back in the real world. He'll also be joining Keith, Scott and Mel for our daily jungle Q&A. So if you have a question for Linny or our panel, then here's how to get involved. Now, behind the scenes here on ITV2 yesterday, we were in the presence of royalty. Yes, His Royal Highness Prince Philip Schofield was here, especially to come and have a little nose around. We had this tweet from him. In fact, he actually tweeted directly to me. I was very excited.
Yes.
I have to say, when I'm here on site and I'm not in the studio working, my favourite place to go is down to the critter shed. And you can just look at all the spiders and the snakes, and they're all in boxes, so you can't get bit or anything. But it's so interesting.
It's also an opportunity to visit Joe.
Have you noticed Kayla talks like that in the Bush Telegraph? She always talks like that.
It's the most inappropriate voice for it.
Oops. Okay, earlier today we posted this picture of us, although...
No, like a biological bra.
So, as we saw earlier on ITV1, Agro has become Afro. But you online had a very different name for him. We've had these comments from Jordan Louise Kane. The unseen footage that Ant and Dec simply don't have time to show. Here's the best of the rest from the last 24 hours. Oh, careful there, Sean. Now, earlier, Joe and Keith headed off to get a first-hand look at this year's Celebrity Cyclone. The production team are busy putting the finishing touches to the game. So, Joe, how are things down there? It's like having 2 Joe Swashes. Yeah, clap them, it was good. Right from day one, our next guest made an indelible mark on camp. He stepped into the breach at the live trial when Gillian fainted, stirred things up around the campfire with his outspoken opinions, and took it upon himself to make sure that Kayla was always well massaged. It's a tough life. Here's what happened after he crossed the finishing line yesterday. Well, funny enough, that's all we've got time for today.
The bottom later.
Just chance to say thank you to Linford and our panel, everyone. It's Scott's last day. That's it for today. Just 3 more days until we have a winner, so be sure not to miss a second of the action. Ant and Dec will be back at 8:30 sharp to find out how our remaining campmates go on the Celebrity Cyclone. Then at 10, turn over to Joe, Russell and myself, where we'll be getting to the bottom of the day's events. Plus, Agro joins us in the studio. Until then, bye.
Speedo laser range. Rebecca, how have you found the suits?
I really like the Speedo range. I competed at our trials a couple of weeks ago where I wore the new laser and I absolutely loved it. It's just so much comfortable, it fits perfect and I raced really well, so I'm not going to complain either.
And obviously there had been a bit of controversy about people using different suits. Is that something you just have to sort of clear from your head?
Yeah, there was a lot of controversy last year over suits and different things like that, but there was a new rule brought in that as of January 2010 you can only use 100% textile suits, so everything's changed now and back to basics and stuff like that, which everybody's relieved about, and it's so much easier to get on as well.
And going into the Olympics in 2008, not many people probably would have heard of Rebecca Adlington. Did you ever think that you'd be challenging for gold medals and all this fame would come about?
No, never. I didn't expect to kind of do what I did in Beijing. I kind of thought that was kind of my aim to do it in 2012, but obviously peaked 4 years earlier, but hopefully can do better in London. But no, I couldn't believe everything that happened in Beijing, but I couldn't ask for a better result than what I got.
And you also became the first British swimmer to win 2 gold medals in over 100 years. Were you aware of that record, or did it mean a lot more to you because of that?
I never realised. I'm just kind of one of those things that you don't really know. It's not a general thing that people know, but I didn't really pay attention to that. And then someone told me after I'd won both of them, and I was just like, really? And then I tried to think back who would have won it, and I couldn't, obviously, because it was 100 years ago. But it was such a brilliant thing, and so brilliant for swimming in general.
And obviously at the time you were only 19 years of age. I mean, what was it like to go out and compete away from home and be part of such a successful team?
It was amazing. It'll be a trip that I'll never, ever, ever forget. The whole experience was good. Obviously I raced well, but the whole of being in the village, being in part of the team, it was the first competition that I've ever been to with other athletes from other sports. Obviously we go away and there's loads of other swimmers there from other countries, but I've never kind of seen how the cyclists and athletics guys all prepare and stuff, so it was really interesting to kind of get to know them as well and just experience that different side of it, and it was just absolutely amazing. I just kind of always wanted it to be Olympics every year.
And although obviously it's an individual sport, is there a good team spirit that gets built up in the camp?
The team is so close. Like, yeah, it is individual. As soon as you dive in the pool, it's so individual, but you're so close. Like, we all train together. Like, we're up at 5 in the morning. We see each other moody. We see each other happy, and we do relays and stuff like that. But the team are there for you no matter what. Like, when me and Joe were on the podium for the 400, all the guys came down to the front and were singing and dancing, and we were just laughing our heads off, and it was just so nice to have them there, and we're all so close.
And how has life changed for you since the Olympics?
It's changed in a lot of ways, but some ways it hasn't. I'm still in the same routine of the same club, same kind of training regime, but obviously it's a bit different now. A few more people knowing me and things like that, but I think it's changed for the better. It's kind of made swimming a lot more higher profile, and now we get a lot more people coming along to our trials and our nationals and watching and supporting, which just makes the atmosphere so much better, and hopefully people can get to know swimming a little bit more, ready for 2012.
As you touched on there, obviously you've become quite a famous face around the British Isles, and how have you coped with this fame and people recognise you in the street now?
I think I'm still dealing to cope with it. It's one of those bizarre things. It's not like I'm famous. I could never deal with what kind of actresses and pop stars and do like that. But everyone has just been so lovely that has ever come up to me and just wanted to show their support. And most people are genuinely interested in the Olympics and sport in general. And I think it's nice to have something like swimming that's a bit different to other sports that people don't really know that much about, because people are just genuinely interested and want to know more about it, rather than kind of just, oh, well done, then walk off. They're like, so what's your training like? And they ask you more questions, which is so nice, and I've just met some amazing people.
So obviously the Commonwealth's fast approaching as well, but obviously Olympics in 2012, it must be kind of hard to ignore such a big event and the build-up to it that's all taking place. Are you looking forward to sort of taking part in an event in London?
Got to qualify first. Fingers crossed I'll qualify, but obviously it's in the back of everybody's minds and everyone's aware of it, but I'm just in one of those things that it's still 2 years away. It's still that thing that anything could happen, especially within sport, with illness and injury. You can't take that chance. So for me, I'm just focusing on this year and kind of each step as it comes, and then hopefully qualify for London.
As you said, swimming really took on a new generation, really started to take it up after your success. Hopefully, if you have the same success in London, can you imagine a lot more kids will want to get involved?
I hope so. I think that's the biggest thing that so many kids have come up to me and said, or their parents have said, oh, my